أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I begin in the name of Allah, or I begin in the name of God, and I seek refuge with God from the evil whisperer, the shaitan. And for those of you who have seen my last video, you know very well that it's on the story of Yusuf al-Islam, or Joseph al-Islam. And I've made, I think, 4 or 5 videos so far, and today, since we are finishing up the story of Yusuf al-Islam, if you've gotten this far, I want to thank you for going through the videos and staying with me, because the story, it's very rich, very spiritually rich, and you know, beneficial. I don't want to spend too much time with introductions and I just really want to jump into the story. And I want to also say this is going to be probably one of the shorter videos out of the series of videos I've done so far, only because the story is like on its last leg. It's almost done now. It's like maybe another 2 more paragraphs, and then that's about it. And I remember saying to you guys that at the end of this story, I'll have I'll announce to you guys what the next story will be. And to be honest with you, I'm still not sure. I'm sort of waiting for divine guidance to help me, take the most appropriate direction. I don't know if I want to continue with the theme of that was major to this story, or if I want to break off and to do another theme that might be exclusive to the next story. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. But the bigger theme is really to illustrate and to demonstrate to you really what it is to be a Muslim and what the focus of Islam really is. And when you walk down the street, or if you see a Muslim anywhere, like, these people, they're not what people say they are. They are what they say about themselves. And if you go and you ask any Muslim, what they're about, they'll tell you, bro, we're about peace, bro. We're about getting to heaven, bro. You don't get to heaven without peace and love, bro. You don't get to heaven without being just and fair with people, bro. Gabriel told the Prophet Muhammad that the people who make it into heaven, most of it is based on their good behavior with people. Gabriel told him that bad-mannered people, they don't go to heaven, bro. Allah just rejects them, bro. They were cruel and harsh and insensitive to the people on earth in their relationships with people, their neighbors, their friends, their spouses, their kids, bro, their own society, bro. Allah says these people, there's no heaven for these people. Allah kicks them out, bro. That's what Gabriel told him. And then he told the community, bro, that's who we are, man. And there are some things that's happening in the media right now that I'm going to touch on. Maybe I'll even do a video about that. Because I heard some things in the media recently. I was just like, what? The Muslims are doing what? I got to take a peek at that. I got to read the story and get back to you guys. But enough of that. I want to just finish this story and where we left off the last time was basically, Yusuf sends his brothers back to take the shirt to his father, and I was talking at length about that. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. I'm just burping a lot. Not only in this episode, but I noticed in my last videos I'm always burping. I don't know what it is. Forgive me. So in the end, after they saw that he regained his sight, the brothers, his sons turned to Jacob and say, "Oh, our father, ask for us forgiveness for our sins, for we were truly at fault." And Jacob said to them, "Soon will I ask my Lord for forgiveness for you, for he is indeed oft forgiven, most merciful." Look at that. This is the first time in the story where everything now is coming to full revelation. Everything about this, about who Yusuf is, who they are, and how they treated him, and now how he's treated them. It's coming to a full culmination. Now Allah is being called into the story. Allah was always in the story. But the Prophet said, don't worry, Allah is most forgiven. He's forgiven, bro. And he's most merciful. This is another reason why I was hurt. And I am hurt every time I hear in the media these people always trying to associate aggression and the word terror with Muslims and with Islam. Terrorist, radicalist. We don't come from that stock. That's not what we don't belong to that. We belong to the one who is most forgiving, most merciful. And that's not just in the deity to which we worship. Allah says to the Prophet, "O Prophet of Allah, forgive." Allah said he was so merciful, bro, with his people. He was so kind, bro. History showed how many times they tried to kill him, bro. And he just gave them amnesty. He just said, "Okay, then just leave." He made them walk out of the city, bro. Leave with your things. He didn't put the sword on their necks, bro. Bro, their treachery. Muhammad? Merciful? Forgiven? Muhammad, he's not harsh, bro. I want to tell you, I just forgot. I almost forgot what it was I wanted to tell you about him and his mercy. Give me a second. Let me see if it hit me just now. It escaped me. Maybe it'll come back to me. But in general, the prophets, bro, when Allah came to Abraham al-Islam about Lot's people, and he asked the angels, "Oh messengers of Allah, for what errand, what purpose are you here?" They said to Abraham, "Oh Abraham, we've come with a decree against the people of Lot al-Islam. Allah has decreed destruction for them. It's done." Bro, he was distressed. He called out to Allah in prayer. He prayed to Allah. He's trying to pray on their behalf, bro. And Allah had to tell him, "Oh Abraham, please desist on this. Don't. For Allah has already sent forth his decree. Allah has already decided their case. And then Allah said, but Abraham was tender-hearted, bro. Imagine that. Imagine that. You think Abraham is more tender-hearted than Allah? And Allah would punish them? No, Allah waited for them, bro. Wanted so much for them to believe, but Allah knew that they will, no more from these people will ever believe, so Allah had to turn, bro. And Abraham was trying to like, oh Lord, oh, please, no. No, please, just give them a bit more time. It came from his love of humanity, bro. He wanted to save them. And Allah says the same thing about the Prophet. He says his heart is so tender, bro. Merciful? Yo, I'm going to tell you some stories about him later on. The Prophet Muhammad? Oh, you'll be like, what? This religion is not from... Allah says about him... Allah says... Oh, it comes back. It's back. I got it now. Allah says that if you were harsh to his people, his companions, the people he preached to, the people who lived around him, people who came to meet him, Allah says that if Muhammad was harsh to them, Allah says that they would break away from about you. But Allah did not command him to be harsh to people. He was tender-hearted, bro. Tender-hearted. Sometimes he was almost to a fault, bro. He wanted so much good for them, bro. The rich started to complain about how much he listened to people. Bro, people can walk up to the Prophet Muhammad on any given day and start asking him questions. And the rich they hated that, bro. They hated that about him, that he was so accessible to the common man. They started criticizing him. They say, oh, this guy, he listens to everybody. The Quran had to jump back at them and say, yeah, he listens for the good in you, bro. He cares more about you than you even care about yourself, bro. Get out of here. What? You know who he is? You don't even know Muhammad, bro. And this is what I want to show people, bro, about Islam. Islam is not a harsh religion. Islam is not a warmongering religion. Islam is based on mercy and forgiveness. These are the virtues of this religion. And everybody needs forgiveness, bro. Everybody's always harming somebody, hurting somebody, disappointing somebody, upsetting somebody. And Allah says, be merciful. Allah says, oh, you who believe, forgive. Forgive so that Allah in turn may forgive you. This is what we as Muslims are charged with. Allah commanded us to be forgiven to people. Don't take our right from people. Just if people want to hurt us, turn away from us. And we will talk about all of that too later on. We're going to get into some videos, bro. We're going to just explore it, bro. This is just like, I'm just giving you like snippets, bro. Snippets. Or we're going to get into the meat and bone of those things. So Jacob says, yeah, man, Allah was going to forgive you. He's oft forgiven and he's most merciful. And the Quran says, then when they entered the presence of Yusuf alayhi salam, he provided a home for his parents with himself and said, enter ye Egypt all in safety, if it pleases Allah. And Allah says, and he raised his parents on high, on the throne of dignity, and they fell down in prostration all before him. He said, oh my father, this is the fulfillment of my dream or my vision of all. This is so, bro, when the parents saw what Yusuf had in store for them, they couldn't help it, bro. They fell down, bro, before him. in obeisance, bro. They just like their bodies. You're Allah's new prophet now, bro. Just take the thing, bro. Just, they couldn't. They're like, what? And Yusuf turned to Jacob and told his father. He says, "Oh father, dad, this is what I was. This is the dream that Allah showed me that you interpreted so many years ago." Imagine that. Jacob saw in his dream, bro. Saw in his son's dream that this is what would happen. And when it happened, bro, he still collapsed before the son and said, "Oh, subhanAllah, you're the new prophet. This is amazing." Obey. So he just fell down, bro. He bowed down. And his brothers also bowed down. They couldn't even believe it, bro. Allah humbled everybody in the room. And this bowing down is a serious thing. This bowing down before greatness, before truth. It's not a metaphor, bro. It's not a metaphor, bro. Allah says in Quran that for the unbelievers in the Prophet's society, God says, bro, Allah, Messenger of Allah, Allah can send down a sign that will humble these people to their knees. They would bend, bro. What? If Allah wanted to send down a sign for them to, they'd be like, Ya Allah, bro. I submit, bro. I bow down. Bro, they would bow down like the angels bow down, bro. Allah says, leave these people alone, bro. Leave these people alone. They got free will. Leave them alone for now. But Allah says, his scheme is invincible, bro. His plan is invincible. Leave these people alone, bro. But this thing about bowing down goes all the way back to creation. And it's not just a metaphor. Allah is trying to get our attention, showing us, wanting to see, are we going to be like Shaitan? Are we going to be like the devil when Allah asks us to submit, to bow down? Are we going to turn just like the devil did and say, I'm better? I've got better plans. I've got my own plans. I got my own dreams. I got my own designs for life, for my life. I've got my own way of doing things. I said, bro, there's a place for people who just want to reject the truth. It's like, why, bro? Isn't that what Allah says to the Shaitan, the devil? Allah says, okay, well, Allah says, but you are rejected now. You're amongst the rejected ones. Allah threw him out, bro. It's just, you're not part of the grace of the realm anymore, bro. It's not fitting. Allah said, it's not fitting for you to be here anymore. Out of the grace of Allah. The only thing that kept him in existence was Allah's word, was Allah's promise to him. That, yeah, I'll raise you up. I will keep you in existence till the end of judgment. Allah promised him that. And Allah kept his promise. So what he said after that, he knew that, like, yo, bro, Allah is going to honor his word. And this is what the devil is living on. The devil is living on borrowed time, bro. It's living on borrowed time. And anybody, God says, anybody who follows him, I'll fill hellfire with all of these people, bro. And I don't speak lightly about hellfire, bro. I don't speak lightly. I don't want anybody to think that they are going to hellfire. I don't want anybody to believe that, bro. Even though it's true, some people are going there, bro. And it could be even persons like me. It could be even me, bro. No, don't let anybody tell you that it's not possible for you to end up there. We can all end up there, bro. Any one of us can end up there. What's this, bro? Anybody can slip, bro. Except a few. Allah says except a few. And all of it is because of the grace and mercy of Allah, bro. This is what Allah tells us in the story. Allah says that had it not been for Allah's grace and mercy, He would have inclined to her. He would have slipped. In his youthful folly, he said, "Oh Allah, if you don't protect me from this, bro, in my youthful folly, I'll slip, bro." Allah says, "Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you." And Allah showed him the punishment, protected him, put him in prison, and then get him out. Okay, let's go. What? What? Bro, this is why the Prophet Muhammad, it was said that he prayed so much all the time. He would be heard saying, "Oh Allah, do not leave me alone even for a second." Now, he prayed, he sought refuge in God from that. He says, because in that moment where you are left alone without the protection and the grace of Allah, what? Do you hear that? That's you slipping, bro. That's you slipping right there. Without the protection of Allah. That's why Allah says in the Quran, "O you who believe, do not let the shaitans rob you of your raiment. Don't let him strip you of it. Don't let him do it. If it happens, you're near but gone except for the mercy of Allah." Don't let him do it, because if he does it, you're who knows where you'll be. Only Allah knows, bro. Think what? You need some big time help after that, bro. So I don't take hellfire and the day of judgment, I don't take that stuff lightly, bro. I don't wish that on anybody. What? And we will talk about hellfire, bro. We will talk about hellfire, and and there's only so much we can talk about that. It's not like I can give you some mystical knowledge about hellfire, bro. That's the place where only God can talk about that, bro. You don't know about that. Let me talk about that. And even God doesn't talk about that too much. He doesn't give you the details, bro. He just that. And it's like heaven. Only God can talk about heaven. And even in heaven, not even about heaven, God doesn't give you too much details, bro. It's so big, so beautiful. He gives you little snippets, little scents, little trails, bro. For you to get a glimpse, something like as beautiful as that, you can't even fathom, bro. Talk about that. You can't even talk about that. You just it's not for you to talk about, bro. It's unspeakable, bro. The beauty? And that's what Allah's calling us to, bro. That's what Allah is inviting us to, bro. Allah says in the Quran, "O you who believe, O humanity." No, scratch that. Allah is saying to the believers, "O you who believe," whether you Muslim, Christian, Allah says, "O you who believe, respond to Allah and His Messenger when He calls you to that which gives you life." Wakes you up, bro. Gives you a backbone. What? Oh Allah, you mean I was dead all the time? Or you were asleep. You were asleep, bro. You were blind. You didn't even realize. Allah says, respond, bro. Submit to this. This is the nature of the message, bro. Don't let anybody mislead you. Allah says, don't follow the desires of people. Don't follow these people with their capitalism and their democracy and their, there's some good in it, and they are striving to be good. Alhamdulillah, Allah knows, bro. But Allah give you the book, bro. This is what you gotta follow, bro. This is the real program, and this is why we're sharing, right? We're trying to get into the real program. Like, what is it? What's the real program, bro? Look, bro. Let's look at this place, bro. We live in a democracy. People's lives are miserable, bro. They work. All they live to do is work and pay bills. Only a few amongst us, bro, is rich enough to really enjoy life. Democracy? Capitalism? This is life? This is what capitalism created for us to enjoy? This is nothing, bro. Allah says, that's not life, bro. That's ridiculous, bro. Get out of here. Allah says, no, peep this, bro. Peep what me and the messenger and my messengers are showing you. Peep that. But it is hard, bro. It's hard. It is hard. Allah says it's so hard. Only those who bring to God a humble spirit can do it. Only. You want religion? You want truth? You want closeness to God? Do you know what it takes to become close to God, bro? Oh, this is... You gotta come humble, bro. You gotta submit. You gotta have a humble heart, bro. Submit, bro. Anyways, getting back to the story. Yusuf said to his father, "O my father, this is the fulfillment of my vision. Allah had made it come true." And then the Quran says he was indeed, Yusuf, that is, Yusuf was indeed good to, Yusuf is saying about Allah, about God, he was indeed good to me when he took me out of the prison and brought you all here out of the desert, even after Shaitan had sown enmity between me and my brothers. Verily, my Lord understandeth the best mysteries of all that he planneth to do. Look what Yusuf is saying. Allah understands the mysteries, bro. Allah understands the plans, bro. Allah, don't think you can get around Allah, bro. What? For verily he is full of knowledge and wisdom. And thou art my protector. And he's saying this about Allah. He says, and thou art my protector in this world and the hereafter. Take thou my soul at death as one submitting to thy will as a Muslim, and unite me with the righteous. Look at that. Yusuf is saying, "Oh Allah, take my soul at the time of death as one who submits to you." This is the religion. This is it. Allah, don't say you believe, submit. And here it is, Yusuf past the phase of submission, and yet still he's saying, "Oh Allah, take my soul as one who submits." This is the heart of the relationship man ought to have with God. You gotta submit, bro. Just forget your plans, bro. Forget your dreams, your ambitions, your deadlines, your dates, your plans, your bro. Just focus. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying don't live in the world. I'm not saying be an ascetic. I'm saying, but don't in your heart forget what the real struggle is about. You gotta struggle with your possessions and your persons and your wealth and your family, and you gotta use all these things in a way that serves the good in life. Always struggle with these things. Allah says that's why we gave you all these things, is so you may struggle in the cause of Allah with them, bro. That's it. Allah doesn't want us to stop living, to become ascetic. Islam is against asceticism, bro. The Prophet wasn't an ascetic. He was with the community, bro. He was always up to something. He's always solving some problem for them. An ascetic? Anybody can walk up to him and have access to the Prophet, bro. They talk to him. They say, "Oh, don't let me get into that. I won't get too much. I won't on the sidetrack." But the Prophet, he's the best example. Asceticism? What? Living as a monk, secluded yourself away from people? No, bro. That's not Islam. Nah, bro. People don't behave that way in heaven, bro. You go to heaven, you in the company of people, you having fun, bro. You meeting, talking people, greeting people. You got friends all over the place, bro. That's what Islam's all about. Make some friends, build something, help somebody, do some charity, fix something that's broken, and don't ask for anything, bro. You did it for Allah. That's it. Done. And that's the prayer of Yusuf alayhi salam. Yusuf is like, bro, Allah, just you are my protector in this life and the next. And when I die, take my soul as one submitting to you. In other words, keep me as a Muslim. Keep me as one who submits. This is what Islam means. This is what Islam means. Islam is an Arabic word that means submission. And Yusuf says, keep me as one who submits, one who is a Muslim. A Muslim is one who submits in the religion of submission. And then he says, and unite me with the company of the righteous, bro. Allah says, he says, oh Allah, just bring me back to the righteous. I'm talking about these people. Hey, these people, put me back in the company of those who do good. That's the condition of heaven, bro. Heaven is the place where you're chilling with the righteous and the pious, bro. There's no war, there's just peace, bro. Allah says in the Quran, and when you look about the heavens, it's magnificent. It's a place of magnificence. It's beautiful. There's no bad words being spoken there, bro. There's no backbiting. There's no argumentation. There's no fighting or plotting and scheming, bro. Allah says there's just peace. Wherever you look, there's peace, bro. people having a good time. And it's not like we can't have that here. But we refuse, bro. Human beings refuse to be their brother's keeper, bro. In the truest sense of the word. They refuse, bro. The nafs, bro, the soul is so impure, bro. It just wants to take and kill and murder. And deprive people. Eat up all the resources of the earth. They say in the Western Hemisphere that the wealthy countries in the West and in the East, in Europe, bro, they eat up about 80% of the world's resources, bro. Just them alone. Those countries in the East, in Europe and in the West here, in North America, bro, they eat up 80%, bro. They are greedy, bro. And there's people starving, dying. Kids, babies, children, women. And then in the U.S. Constitution, you hear every now and then, they have it in their Constitution, and in God we trust, bro. You'll hear it every now and then in the president's speech. They say, oh, in God, and they even have it on the money, bro. On the U.S. dollar bill, in God we trust, bro. You don't trust, bro. They don't trust in God, bro. They trust in the money, bro. That's what they trust in. In money. That's what they're after. They would eat up 80% and even more if they were allowed, bro, of the world's resources, just to make a buck, bro. You think these people are down here? Bro, they don't want to make the world a paradise, bro. They don't want to make it a paradise for anybody but themselves and their families, but that's about it, bro. These people are crazy. Anyways, I'm going to leave it like that. And, you know, and there's a couple more things I want to say. I want to say thank you guys. First of all, the story has ended. I'm done this story. I want to thank you guys. If you've gotten this far in the video and you're watching, I want to thank you for watching the videos. It has to be in succession because it's a developing story that culminates. It sets the context, the tone for what comes after. So please try to do the first, second, third, fourth, fifth video until you come to the very end. And when you do, know that I appreciate that. Excuse me, let me just get some water. Know that alhamdulillah, know that I appreciate that. Know that I am humbled by that you took the time to just, if there are any suggestions that you have for me, if by this video I have set up my YouTube channel, and you can comment, please comment, make any suggestions by way of improvement or by way of clarification if you want. Same thing on Facebook as well. If you stumble upon this through Facebook, then please say anything that pleases you, that comes to mind, that you had any questions about, or anything you wanted to just refute. If you think that's nonsense, then bro, just say it. Because we all gotta learn, bro. I'm not perfect in knowledge. I'm not the scholar that everyone would want me to be. I'm just somebody who reads, and in the reading, I come across a little bit of information, and I hope to share that with you. That's about it, bro. So say your piece, and then hopefully we can have a discussion. And that's what it's about. It's about sharing. And as for what I will share next, I don't know exactly yet, but I do know that is going to be good, and I think it's going to be a little bit shorter than how many videos took for this story. Or maybe it might be a Moses story, and if it is a Moses story, it'll be pretty lengthy as well, because Moses' story is very lengthy, and but it's beautiful as well. It's a beautiful story, and I think you guys will enjoy that. Anyhow, I don't know what it's going to be yet. It's a mystery for me. I'm going to wait to see what God manifests for me to do next, and I'll go with that. So thank you again. Hope you guys are having a good day. If you're on YouTube watching this, please a thumbs up, give your support, share it. If it's on on Facebook, the same, please share it. I want it to be beneficial for everyone that comes across it. Hopefully it touches someone's understanding or someone's life. Inshallah, I hope that you are in the best of faith, the best of mood, and the best of spirits. And I look forward to seeing you on the next story. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.